Welcome to Glamour and Brains. We're your hosts, Aja.
And Danny. We are going to be bringing you all things glamour.
And of course, with glamour, you have to have brains.
We will be interviewing the founder of Simply Stylist and Forbes beauty contributor on today's show, Sarah Boyd, the dot connector in the stylist industry, connecting you with the heavy hitters in the fashion industry.
Welcome to the show, Sarah. We are so happy to have you on.
Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
So I want to start off because, people who are interested in being entrepreneurs may not understand that the road can be rough and you have to go through some hard times sometimes. So I want to go right into asking you, Sarah, what is your biggest entrepreneurial failure?
Wow. I feel like there's a little failure at least every day. Otherwise, I wouldn't be doing something right, because otherwise you'd never hear the word no. And I think the biggest one, probably in the very beginning. I was green and I never had a business before, so I was just, ready to take on the world. And I think not realizing that you have to have patience and things don't happen overnight. And I wanted to take over the world in like the first month. So I think it's looking back, realizing that you have to have patience and that you have to trust that time will bring you everything that you need, and good things take time. So I think that's probably the biggest lesson I've learned so far.
Now, were there any specific things that you can think of, like your lowest low when it came to business?
I mean, yeah, a lot of times that, sponsors wouldn't be happy, or, brands would fall off, or speakers, for our conferences, like at the last minute, they're like, oh, sorry, I can't make it. I'm like, oh, but we promoted you for like 12 months, things like that are huge. But, if you asked me 6 months later, I would probably forget it even happened. Like it's the biggest drama at the time. But yeah, I mean, specifically, I just look at myself when I started my company, and I just didn't have that much patience. And there are a ton of examples of that. But yeah, I mean, looking back, that's definitely something that I wish I had changed.
Okay, so what was it like transitioning from working in fashion PR to being a fashion entrepreneur?
It's using the same skill set, I think. In my 10 years in fashion PR, I met, all the stylists, all the bloggers, editors, celebrities, and all these people. And, I helped, get clothes onto them, basically, for big events and for, photo shoots. And now I just use those relationships in other ways. So instead of doing PR, it's more taking those entrepreneurs in the fashion and beauty industry and putting them on our panels and featuring them on our blog, and working with them just in different capacities. So it's still using those relationships like that I mentioned before, and also using those skills of networking, which is so important. And it's all about relationships in this industry. So if you have great relationships and you're a good person and you're always nice to everyone, they're going to work with you, and no matter what capacity, that is, whether it's in fashion PR, whether it's through our panels, or, whatever industry change you make.
Now, that's key because you mentioned relationships. How important, I know you touched on it, but how important is it to build relationships to be successful in business, your business or any other business? And also, how do you even start to build those kinds of relationships?
Oh my gosh, that is what I built my whole company on. It is all about relationships. I think like 90%, in any industry, whether you're in real estate or fashion or, I mean, any industry, it is literally about who you know. And it's about how strong those relationships are. So, in terms of building them, I mean, for me, when I moved out to LA, I was 21 and I was like, I am taking over this town. Every night I'm doing drinks. I'm going to every event. I stay in touch with people. I've always kind of had that personality though, like ever since I was a kid where, I'm the kind of the glue of all my friends. I'm creating the dinner parties. I'm doing, the get-togethers. I'm kind of in control of keeping everyone in touch. So it kind of came natural to me. But that was really my goal when I moved here. It was meet as many people as I could and build as many relationships as I could. And the hardest part is staying in touch with them. I mean, everyone gets busy. Everyone's, doing so many things, especially here in LA. It's making time for those important relationships. Paramount to anything is having those strong relationships and networking. Like the world is in our computer. Like we can contact anyone through LinkedIn, through Twitter. Like these people actually listen. They check their own Instagram. They look at their messages. So if you want to reach out to someone, just make it happen. It's that easy now. Back in the day, you had to have a PR team to connect you with them or, get introduced by someone. But now you can, anyone is on the internet and anyone is reachable. And all you have to do is try and pick up the phone or send an email.
Yeah, it seems a little bit more simple now than back when we didn't have social media. But I heard you say that it came kind of natural to you because you were like the glue to your friends. You would always be the person that connected. Did you ever, in your line of business with Simply Stylist, did you ever come across trying to help someone who didn't have that natural networking ability that you kind of turned around and maybe blossomed into this now?
Yeah, like at our Simply Stylist conferences, we tell everyone, come alone, come to network, bring your business cards. And I feel like when you give people permission, it makes it much easier to connect. It's awkward and it's weird and it's difficult when you're, at an event by yourself and everyone else is on their phone, they're with their friends. Like, what are you going to do? Go up and just introduce yourself? But if you're at, a conference like Simply Stylist, that's what it's for. So I feel like everyone is there to do that. So even if you're a little uncomfortable, everyone's uncomfortable. So you're kind of in the same boat with everyone else. I think events like that and just practicing. We've written a few blog posts on it on our site, like tips to network, like go to the bar, compliment someone on their outfit. That always works. And that starts the conversation. Asking, just reaching out to people. A lot of people in this town or, other towns, it's hard to make friends, especially after college. And it's not going to happen unless someone puts the time and effort into it. So I think just, hey, let's grab dinner, let's grab a coffee, and then it's just, asking about their personal life, making notes of that and remembering, oh, you have a kid that's 5 years old and I thought of this product for you, or just little things like that. It's kind of everything that I learned when I was in PR. It's knowing the little things about people, like when their birthday is. Do they love going to Coachella? Let me send them a little CD or, whatever it is, it's that personal touch. People remember.
Now, you mentioned Simply Stylist. Of course, we talked about Simply Stylist before the show. I want to know, for those people who are living under a box, can you please explain what Simply Stylist is to the world?
Yes. So Simply Stylist, we started it 3 years ago, and it's a fashion and beauty conference, and we hold it in LA, New York, and Chicago once a year in each city. And each event is a pure place of kindness to connect women and men in the fashion and beauty industry. So it's a great place to network. It's a great place to get inspired. It's a full day. It starts with a networking brunch, and then we have a whole panel series. And it's hosted by Kat Sadler of eNews, so she runs the whole panel. And in that panel, we have various experts in the fashion and beauty industry. So top stylists, top bloggers, top fashion designers, makeup artists, hairstylists, YouTubers, all of these types of people sharing their wisdom and sharing their failures and sharing their success stories and really showing everyone their path to success. And it's really inspirational for people in any industry, honestly. Like my mom even comes to the events and she walks away inspired, and she's like in psychology. And then after the panels, we have a whole brand experience where brands set up that want to connect with all of these fashion and beauty insiders. They pamper you. There's fashion brands. There's, fashion illustrators sketching your outfit for the day. There's all kinds of fun stuff there. And then we also have breakout sessions where you can actually learn 30-minute bite-size classes on various different topics, ranging from like social media to blogging to styling. So you literally the whole day, you get to make tons of friends, you get inspired, you learn something, and you get to be part of this amazing community of women. So, and also we partnered with a charity called the Farley Project, which is an anti-bullying foundation, because, after my years in fashion, it can be a bit cutthroat and people can be a little mean. And I wanted to create something that was very friendly and open and all about kindness and helping one another. So we have these conferences. Each event ranges. We usually have like 500 to 700 attendees at each. And we also just launched sessions, which are monthly workshops here in LA. And it's 3 hours more intensive of, courses like social media, blogging, styling, and we have them as well. And then we have our blog. And so that's Simply Stylist.
And you said 500 to 700 people, Sarah. How exactly did you make Simply Stylist into such a wildly successful brand? I can't even say wild, but how did you make it into such a successful brand?
I think it was a lot about timing and we did it at the right time. Everyone wants to be a blogger. Everyone wants to be a stylist. It's, with the industry changing so much, there's a real want and need for a community and a way to learn how to be these jobs that you can't really learn in school. So I think it was part that and part, my PR background and my relationships and the people I could get on my panels. In our first panels, we had Ami Song, we've had Brad Goreski, we've had, my relationship with Kat has been great because she hosts all of our events. So again, it's back to all of these relationships that I've built over the years and, finally calling my favors and being like, help me, this is a new company. Can you trust me that it's going to be amazing? So it's, I really dedicate a lot of it to those people that had the faith in me in the first conference or two. And now, obviously, it's grown that people are coming to me and wanting to be on the panel. But, it takes time and it takes a lot of effort. And, it's also all those PR relationships I had, calling the editor of, LA Times, like, can you please put this in the magazine or in the newspaper? Can you feature me? Can you help promote? So it's, pulling out all the strings and just making it happen for that first one. And then you have a case study, and then you can take that case study and, get it to sponsors and get it to, get a video so then people can understand what the event is. And from there, it snowballs and it grows. And now we have a really great partnership with The Grove here in LA and amazing partnerships with like Marie Claire Magazine, who's come on as our partner, and Time Out, and it's just been amazing and so great to see it grow and to see that it helps all of these women and that it's become this community for and safe place for women. So yeah, it's been very exciting.
So I heard you say that everyone wants to be a stylist. And right now, being on Instagram and Facebook, yes, everybody does want to be a stylist. But Sarah, please tell us what components in yourself do you really need to be a fashion stylist?
Well, it's funny you mentioned that because I actually just started another company about 6 months ago called the International Style Institute. And I partnered with one of the biggest stylists. Her name's Anita Patrickson. And she styles like Julianne Hough and all of these amazing celebrities, and she's been in it for years. And she came to me and she's like, there really isn't a school to become a stylist. Like, how do you become a stylist? I'm like, that's true. And she came to me because of, Simply Stylist and what I've built. And we partnered and created International Style Institute. And it's a 3-day course, intensive. And you leave with a certificate to become a stylist, and 2 people actually leave with a job with Anita. They leave with a portfolio. They leave, like, we bring in like all these a fashion photographer, hair and makeup, models, and we actually let them style a shoot, a real one, and they get to do celebrity styling. They get a 70-page syllabus. So that's the answer. If you want to become a stylist, you take this course, and that's it. And then we plug you into our alumni association. Yeah. So all of our graduates are in this alumni association. So all of the stylists will reach out to me and say, hey, I need an assistant. And I understand that they're going to be good because they went through your course. So then we send all of them their jobs and assistant positions and internships. So they plug into this instant job referral program.
That is actually an amazing ordeal. I think I might want to sign up.
It's amazing. Yeah, let me know. I think our next one will be in October here in LA.
Oh, okay.
It's called the International Style Institute. So the website is theinternationalstyleinstitute.com. And you can sign up for a mailing list, any of the listeners, to be alerted of the next conference or the next institute, 3-day institute. So yeah, it's really exciting. It's awesome. We cap it at 30 people for each one. And everyone left just, oh my gosh, can we do this for like 9 days instead of 3? This is awesome. And they're all, in our group now. It's great.
That is hot. Sarah, now I know you are a beauty contributor for Forbes. How exactly do you think blogging will evolve over the coming years?
Oh my gosh, that's going to be interesting to see, because I feel like there are so many blogs right now, and it's pretty crazy. I think the bubble is going to have to burst at some point, and the best will rise to the top. But I think the new thing coming out right now is definitely video. Podcasts, I think, are huge. I mean, technology is not going anywhere. Obviously, it's only growing. But I think it's going to be more of a survival of the fittest. So the biggest bloggers will remain, and the smaller bloggers, there's not going to be enough money to go around for everyone. So maybe they'll do it as a passion, but in terms of the Ami songs of the world, like they'll be around. They're going to have their own brand. What they're doing is massive. But I think there's place in the industry for everyone, but in terms of making it a full-time career, I don't think everyone can do that. But we'll see. I mean, brands are taking all of their traditional advertising money and pushing it towards digital. And I have a sister company called Simply Digital Network within Simply Style, like Simply Inc. It's our parent company. We've got Simply Stylist and Simply Digital. And that is our network of all celebrities that are turning to blogging. So it's pretty crazy that celebrities have seen, the huge need to have this personal blog. So we represent Alessandra Ambrosio and her blog, Jamie Chung, Shay Mitchell's blog, which is Amore and Vita, Louise Rowe, Kat Sadler. So all these celebrities have blogs. It's crazy. And they're very successful because they have this built-in audience already. And that's really what it's about. It's having this captivated audience that knows you as a person inside and out, and it's being authentic and that's really what I see working. It's if someone's trying to be someone else, people see right through that. Everyone is very transparent in the blogging world, and those are the ones that are successful.
So Sarah, how can people get in touch with you and be a part of Simply Stylist, especially in Chicago? We have a lot of listeners here in Chicago, but Chicago, New York, LA. How can people be a part of that, and how can people get in touch with you?
Yeah, well, we have Chicago coming up July 18th, which is really exciting.
Oh my God, that is my birthday. I'm sorry.
Is it? Oh my gosh, we have to come.
Yes, that is
Come
my
get paper
birthday,
for your
so
night
I
out.
am definitely going to be there.
Perfect. Yeah, so definitely we have Chicago July 18th, and then we just had LA, and then New York will be in October. But our website is simplystylist.com, and that has all of our events on there. And you can sign up right on our website. And then to get in contact with me, I'm on Instagram and Twitter. It's Sarah, SARAHP Boyd, BOYD. And yeah, I'm always, available on social media, obviously. And if you need any, company-wise, our email there is info@simply, simply-inc.com. So any questions regarding, anything I talked about, contact me there. And yeah, I hope we'll get to see some of your listeners at future conferences.
We cannot have a stylist on the show without first talking about what do you think is maybe the top 5 hottest things for the spring right now? Is Chicago, you know how cold it is in Chicago all year long. We get like 2.5 months of hot weather. So everyone's excited about taking off our coats, our hats, our scarves, and putting on something cute. Mm-hmm. So tell us what you think will be the top 5 hot trends for the spring this year.
Top 5. I'm so excited for spring. Let's see. I think bright color is always, every spring it's a trend, like shocker, but I love, whipping out the bright colors for spring. So that's always exciting. Mm-hmm. What else? It's like the color block. That's definitely a trend. We've also got, what else is coming up for spring? Pinks, like light pink, kind of that ballerina type of pink color is back. Yellow is another big color for spring, like the bright canary yellow, kind of like that yellow in your picture you got there.
Oh, okay.
In your headpiece. You know what another trend is? It's not as fun for spring, but it's the masculine trend. So it's almost that like tailored suits and things like that. That's definitely a big trend for spring. What else? I think I just did a Forbes story on like spring trends, and now I can't even remember it. What else? The masculine trend, the colors, the sandal trend. I know it was kind of like a few months ago too, but it's like the flat, like strappy sandals, like, not wearing so many heels. It's more about comfort, which is always exciting for me to hear.
It is.
Yeah. The A-line dresses are coming back as well. There was a lot of them on the runways. And I think that's it. Yeah, those are the ones that definitely come to mind from all the fashion weeks that just happened.
So yellows, pinks, A-line, and strappy sandals. I like that.
And masculine. Get those suits, ladies.
Yes, 3-piece suits, tailored suits, all of that good stuff. I'm so into that. I love that. Okay, great.
Well, thank you so much, Sarah. I'm excited about Simply Stylist. We're excited about that, and we're definitely excited about these styling tips. I am not a fashionista, but I am going to start being one. Thank you so much for joining the show.
Thank you to all of our glams for listening. Please subscribe, rate, and review.
And visit simplebeautynaturals.com for your natural skincare and cosmetic needs.
And visit DionFrancis.com for your fabulous 5 free nail polish.
Contact Aja at simplebeautynaturals.com. That's AJA at simplebeautynaturals.com, or Aja at glamourandbrains.net.
Contact me, Danny, at DionCosmetics@gmail.com or Danny Dion at glamourandbrains.net.